There's only two ways out of here. You ain't too late, you'll be trapped here forever. There's only two ways out of here.
The heady experience of Reykjavik comes to a sudden halt. News has surfaced that the United States has traded arms to Iran in exchange for hostages. Overnight, Reagan's approval ratings plunge from 67% to 46%. George Shultz has tried repeatedly to prevent the Reagan White House from engaging in these sales.
He also understood that this was a man with a sense of history, that these things rarely work out very well. Somebody gets angry, somebody finds out, and you're left there with egg on your face. I think that Shultz's age, the fact that he had gone through Watergate, he understood how dangerous these situations were. And you broke the law, there was a good chance you were going to get caught at it.
It was against our policy. And as it drifted into getting hostages back, I opposed it even more vigorously, because if you pay for getting hostages back, all you're doing is inviting people to take more hostages.
Did you make a mistake in sending arms to Tehran, sir?
No, and I'm not taking any more questions.
The Washington press corps smells blood and pushes Reagan for details at every opportunity. What they now demand to know is if the arms for hostages deal will continue. They also want to hear from the Secretary of State. Shultz is invited to appear on the Sunday morning news shows. He avoids the programs until he is at last given assurance from the White House that the arms sales have stopped. With this information, he agrees to appear on CBS Face the Nation. But on the morning he is to appear on the show, Shultz receives news from the President's Chief of Staff, Don Regan, that will place him firmly on the hot seat.
That morning, I got a call from Don Regan, and he said, signals are changed. You can't say that we've stopped our arms sales to Iran. So I'm scheduled to go on, so I go on.
The appearance goes forward with few surprises until the very end. Then CBS' Leslie Stahl asks a difficult question.
Will there be any more arms shipments to Iran?
Under the circumstances of Iran's war with Iraq, its pursuit of terrorism, its association with those holding our hostages, I would certainly say, as far as I'm concerned, no.
Do you have the authority to speak for the entire administration?
No.
That was the end of the interview. And the next day I went off to make a talk somewhere in Chicago, I think, or someplace. Anyway, when I left, I said, when I come back, I will no longer be Secretary of State.
Close enough to start a war. All that I have is on the floor. God only knows what we're fighting for. All that I say, you always say more. I can't keep up.
You have testified that as a member of the National Security Council staff, you conducted a covert operation. And my question is, did the President specifically designate the National Security Council staff for that purpose?
I think what I have said consistently is that I believe that the President has the authority to do what he wants with his own staff, that I was a member of his staff, that Mr. McFarlane was, and that Admiral Poindexter was, and that in pursuing the President's foreign policy goals of support for the Nicaraguan resistance, he was fully within his rights to send us off to talk to foreign heads of state, to seek the assistance of those foreign heads of state, to use other than U.S. government monies, and to do so.
Under haunted skies I see you. Ooh, where love is lost, your ghost is fine.
Americans, I have spoken to you from this historic office on many occasions and about many things. The power of the presidency is often thought to reside within this Oval Office. Yet it doesn't rest here. It rests in you, the American people, and in your trust. Your trust is what gives a president his powers of leadership and his personal strength. And it's what I want to talk to you about this evening. For the past 3 months, I've been silent on the revelations about Iran. And you must have been thinking, well, why doesn't he tell us what's happening? Why doesn't he just speak to us as he has in the past when we've faced troubles or tragedies? Others of you, I guess, were thinking, what's he doing hiding out in the White House? Well, the reason I haven't spoken to you before now is this. You deserve the truth, and as frustrating as the waiting has been, I felt it was improper to come to you with sketchy reports or possibly even erroneous statements, which would then have to be corrected, creating even more doubt and confusion. There's been enough of that. I paid a price for my silence in terms of your trust and confidence, but I've had to wait, as you have, for the complete story. Full responsibility for my own actions and for those of my administration. As angry as I may be about activities undertaken without my knowledge, I am still accountable for those activities. I'm often accused of being an optimist, and it's true. I had to hunt pretty hard to find any good news in the board's report. As you know, it's well stocked with criticisms, which I'll discuss in a moment, but I was very relieved to read this sentence. The board is convinced that the president does indeed want the full story to be told. And that will continue to be my pledge to you as the other investigations go forward.